Elon Musk done moved to Texas and his child support lit. Y'all go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my page. Peacefully Real. So Elon Musk and Grimes, one of his ex-partners that has 3 of his children, have finally finished up their child support case. Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, is paying her under $3,000 a month for 3 children. So all these crazy conversations about child support be real funny to me when I see actual cases that are so contrary to what all the whining and complaining be about. So in Texas, the cap is up to $9,200. So what that means is if you make $20,000 a month, Texas will only consider that first $9,200. If you make anything below that, then your child support will be assessed based on that. So you can make $100,000 a month and still only have to pay child support based on $9,200. The way that the percentage is calculated is if you have 1 child, it's 20, 2 children, 25, 3 children, 30. So essentially, he is paying 30% of $9,200 a month. One of the bases of child support is what's in the best interest of the child. And having a child's lifestyle significantly change because the parents are not together is something that a child obviously is going to deal with. They're going to deal with being at the house of their non-custodial parent in this big old mansion, all these amenities. They'll be then returning home to their custodial parent where obviously the amenities will not be the same and their lifestyle essentially won't be the same. There are factors that come into play that will allow for deviations outside of the set guidelines. If there's any special needs, extracurricular activities, if educational needs, things of that nature, will cause for there to be an adjustment for the payment of child support from the non-custodial parent. And allegedly he did get a home for this mother. So, if that is true, then, that was a good move on his part. Because, again, less than $3,000 for 3 children is pretty wild. And I think a lot of people get caught up in not wanting to be supportive of the person that they no longer want to deal with romantically, but they fail to see the responsibilities and the needs while being a parent, and meeting their children's needs. A lot of times people try to kind of blow up what's really going on with these child support cases. And there are literally cases I've seen where non-custodial parents are paying $200 a month. I ain't got no experience with taking care of no kids. So I cannot give a full estimate from my own experience of what it costs to take care of a child. But I do know $200 don't seem like it's enough. Um, so based on people's employment is what is what they'll be obviously required to pay. Now, the reality is, if the non-custodial parent lived in the same home as the child, then they would be paying likely more money than what the child support order is. Um, I don't think that there would even be too much arguing with that. I mean, even in the example of $200, that's basically fast food for the month. If they was stopping and getting something to eat here and there for 30 days, $200 would be ate up quick. But there are some parents out here sending that to their custodial parent and telling them make it enough. um, and there's also parents out here with 3 kids only getting $1,000 a month. Um, and that's unfortunate. I think that there is a responsibility in really being mindful of who you decide to create a family with. And as much as people try to say, money is not important when it comes to these type of, situations and relationships, it really is. You want to know if somebody's financially responsible. What are they doing for themselves? Because it's ultimately going to end up affecting you later on down the line if you make major life decisions with this person. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important to be realistic about these situations. But yeah, Texas is probably one of the more non-custodial parent friendly states. If you are concerned about what amount of child support you're gonna have to pay, you better have your baby out in Texas. If you are concerned about your child's other parent being able to um, do anything other than take care of your child with the money, just go and have a baby out in Texas then. But if you are in Texas and complaining about child support, uh, to me, you're really out of line because there really ain't too much to complain about. I'm pretty sure the wealthy folks in Texas ain't even complaining about the child support they got to pay. So individuals who are, just kind of regular, degular, schmegular folks with their child support payments, like they really can't be getting bust too hard upside the head. Um, you got to keep in mind that everybody's child support case, just cases in general, are always very fact specific and different. You cannot rely on other people's facts and other people's cases to support what you think gonna happen to your case. So it's always best to not take too much advice from people, even if you feel like y'all are similarly situated, because the reality is people don't even tell their attorney the whole truth. So please believe they ain't gonna tell you the whole truth either about their situation. I hope Grimes is able to find employment and is able to provide for herself and the 3 children that she has with the richest man in the world. And I hope she don't let this Texas case keep her down. And I hope that she has learned her lesson and makes, decisions in the future based on what goals she has. Because I recall, if I'm recalling correctly, I think she was in California before she moved to Texas, but I can't even be sure of that. But I feel like pretty much any state she would have been in probably would have been better than being in Texas getting a child support order. Cause baby, please. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Is this reasonable for the children of Elon Musk? Notwithstanding, the mama situation, is this fair? Do y'all think that less than $3,000 a month is reasonable child support for the custodial parent household, for the richest man in the world, as the non-custodial parent? Y'all go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to my page. Peacefully Real.